Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Dr. Ruby and we are continuing with our series on educational psychology. We have already taken 12 important classes in the series and today we are on the 13th class. I'll provide the link to the previous classes in the description below and you can also check them out on the playlist called Educational Psychology. In today's video, we will dive into a very interesting theory developed by one of the most influential researchers in the field of intelligence, Arthur Jensen. We will explore his theory of mental functioning, which breaks down how our mind processes information and how different types of learning and thinking happen in the brain. By the end of this video, you will have a clear understanding of Arthur Jensen's theory, his approach to intelligence, and its real-world applications, particularly in educational settings. We will also discuss the educational implications of his work, which is extremely important whether you are writing descriptive type answer or preparing for assistant professor job interview. Before we dive into the details of his theory and educational implications, let us first get to know the man behind this groundbreaking work, Arthur Jensen, and understand the contributions he made to the field of psychology. Arthur Jensen was born in 1923 and makes significant contributions to the study of intelligence throughout his career. One of the major milestones in his work was the introduction of his theory of mental functioning, which he first presented in 1969. Now, Jensen was not just your typical psychologist interested in IQ scores. Instead, he was really fascinated by how intelligence works behind the scenes, how we process, use, and store information. He published over 400 research papers during his lifetime, focusing on cognitive psychology and intelligence. This was quite extraordinary. His deep dive into the biological and psychological aspects of intelligence was groundbreaking. He focused on how the brain functions in different cognitive activities and broke intelligence into two systems. Level 1, which involves basic memory tasks, and Level 2, which deals with more complex reasoning and problem solving. Jensen was specially interested in how these systems affect our learning processes. For him, intelligence wasn't just about scoring well on tests, it was about understanding how different individuals have different cognitive strengths. This was a key focus of his work, and he believed that these two systems could explain a lot about why people learn and think in such unique ways. Throughout his career, Jensen's work sparkled a lot of discussion, especially around how intelligence and learning are influenced by both biological and environmental factors. He passed away in 2012, but his legacy lives on through his numerous publications and the impact he made in cognitive psychology. Now, let's get into the core of the theory of mental functioning given by Jensen. Arthur Jensen's theory of mental functioning is an important framework in psychology that explains how intelligence operates on two different cognitive levels, Level 1 and Level 2. Jensen described Level 1 abilities as the basic cognitive functions that help with simple memory tasks. This includes skills like memorizing a list of words, numbers, or simple associations. This level of functioning is about storing information rather than processing it deeply. Think of this like storing information in a filing cabinet. When you memorize historical dates, multiplication tables, or phone numbers, you are primarily using Level 1 abilities. This level doesn't require much thinking beyond remembering the information and repeating it when needed. For example, imagine that you're learning a new language and memorizing vocabulary words. You are not necessarily understanding how to use them in conversation yet. you are just recalling the words and their meanings. That's the level 1 in action. Level 2 abilities, on the other hand, refer to more complex mental processes. These involve reasoning, problem solving, and critical thinking. Jensen saw level 2 as essential for more abstract and conceptual learning, which means using information to make decisions, solve problems, and understand deeper meanings. While level 1 is about memorizing facts, level 2 is about making sense of those facts and applying them in real-life scenarios. Let us go back to the language learning example. After you have memorized a list of vocabulary words, which is level 1, you start applying them in conversations or understanding the grammar that links the word together. That is called level 2. Using the memorized information to solve real-world communication problems. These two levels work together to support all types of mental functioning. For example, a student may memorize math formulas, which is level 1, but also need to apply those formulas to solve complex problems in exams. Here, the student is using the level 2. Both levels are crucial for successful learning and intellectual development. Now that we understood the theory, let us move on to the educational implications. Point number 1. Memory and application-based learning. Teachers can develop a balanced curriculum that strengthens both memorization, which is level 1, and reasoning, which is level 2. For example, while students should memorize essential facts, they should also be given the chance to apply these facts in real-world scenarios. Point number 2. Personalized learning approaches. Since more students may excel in level 1 tasks like memorization, while others may shine in level 2 tasks like reasoning, personalized teaching strategies can be used. Teachers can tailor activities to individual students based on their cognitive strengths. For example, a student struggling with memorization might benefit from visual aids, while another excelling in reasoning can engage in group discussions or solve case studies. Point number 3. Classroom dynamics and collaborative learning. Jensen's theory highlights the importance of collaborative learning, where students can exchange knowledge and solve problems together. Working in groups help develop level 2 abilities, as students are challenged to reason and think critically. For example, group projects, where students collaborate to solve real-world issues like environmental challenges, can help sharpen their conceptual reasoning skills. Number 4. Skill development at early stages. Jensen emphasized the importance of developing level 1 and level 2 abilities from an early age. In elementary education, activities like memory games, which is level 1, and puzzle solving, which is level 2, can be introduced to ensure well-rounded cognitive development. Example, young children can start by memorizing basic math facts, and as they progress, they can work on puzzles that require using these facts to solve problems. Point number 5. Assessing both cognitive levels. Traditional tests often focus on level 1, which is memorization of facts. However, Jensen's theory shows that it's equally important to assess students' level 2 abilities, like their critical thinking and reasoning. For example, in addition to multiple choice questions, which is level 1, a history exam could also ask students to analyze the causes and consequences of a particular event, which is level 2. Now coming to the last one, encouraging holistic cognitive development. Schools should aim to develop both types of intelligence simultaneously. Teachers can incorporate activities that stimulate both memory recall and conceptual reasoning to encourage balanced cognitive growth. Let's take an example. In a geography class, student might memorize the names of countries, which can be level 1, but also work on a project where they analyze the cultural and economic impact of those countries on global trade, which becomes the level 2. So that was all on today's class on Jensen's theory of mental functioning. I hope you liked the video and find it helpful. Please let me know in the comment section if you have any questions regarding this theory. You can also let me know any topic on education you would want me to cover for the upcoming classes. Thank you for watching and see you in the next class.